I have to go to. I hate going to the dentist. I hate going to the dentist. So I have to go to the dentist this week because I had found a cavity. And it's it looks small, but I don't know. It's on a tooth that I've had a cavity before. And I'm going to go get it checked out and hopefully get filled the same day. I'm not too keen on this place, this dental place, but it's the only place that is taking not only my insurance, but takes new patients. Every other dental place, every other dentist that I have called or tried to get in contact with is either not taking new patients or does not take my insurance. I remember one time I called, like, yeah, well, you need to make sure, very rude, you need to make sure that's the correct one, because if it's not the correct one, we're not taking it. Sorry, in my defense, I didn't have it on me, so maybe I should have called when I had it on me, but then again, what's the big deal? I think it's that, yeah. Just people are so rude. And then others, they're open at strange times, and those times I'm at work. So I can't always, leave work early. I can't always do that. So this week I am getting, hopefully in the same day that they can get it done, because they tend to, we only have time to do the x-rays, and then after that we're going to schedule something else. I need the cavity filled. I already have my cleaning. That's like literally scheduled to the 6th of next year. So I need this done. Like pronto. On top of which, another reason why I'm scared about going to the dentist is for it may have been how can I say? I have a slight pain on the back of my like the jawline, where the jaw, the top jaw right here meets here. It's like right where my wisdom teeth would be. Now the wisdom teeth, I never got my wisdom teeth out because they never came out. They're still there. I'm not in any pain. I'm in pain, but not like, oh my god, this hurts. This is excruciating. It's sore. So I don't know if I bit down on something and it may have, caused some achiness, soreness. But I'm scared that when I do the x-rays, I'm going to find something wrong. Like maybe a fracture. Or, the wisdom teeth is gone, blah, blah, blah. I was told that my wisdom teeth should have been taken out when I was 16 years old. And now that I'm in my 30s, it is not a good idea to take it out, because it could cause some damage to my mouth. Okay, well, let's not take it out then. And I even asked, are you in any pain? I said, no. Okay. And it's not the wisdom teeth itself, it's just the back. If you were to put your finger in your mouth and go all the way to the back of this area, that's where it hurts. And it's sore. So if I move a certain way, when I did this, it would hurt a bit, because it's pulling on the cheek and everything, it would hurt a bit. Or if I went like this, it would hurt a bit too, a little bit. Well, it kind of hurt a bit just now, but it would hurt, not a lot, but enough to go ow, that hurt. Ooh, that's sore. But yeah, so I'm hoping that nothing's wrong, because it's on this side and it's on the top. The cavity I'm talking about is on the bottom tooth, way in the back, right before where my wisdom tooth would have been. So, excuse me. So, yeah. Kind of worried about it. I have it on Thursday. And then after Thursday, the day after Thursday, Friday, I'm going to a convention where I'm going to go on a mission there. So, I'm hoping everything's okay. It could be just sore. I'm in, when you're no longer young, you're not a kid anymore, so nothing heals a bit faster. Now it heals a bit slowly now. You're getting aches and pains out of nowhere. You don't know what happened. It just happened. So that's what's going on. On one of my last videos, I was talking about I went to the fair. And I went and I got this mug. As you can see, it's from Wild Bill's. So I went there. It says 2024, but I got it this time. And as you see here, it looks like it wants to be like the Headless Horseman. It's Paul Revere, yeah, but it looks like it wants to be the Headless Horseman. Yeah, and also Wild Bill's, they had the Wizard Con mug. They had a Wizard Con mug. It's like, what the heck? That is so cool. But yeah, so this is, as you can see here, it's like the pumpkin. Like I said, this looks like it wants to be like the Headless Horseman. And yeah. Someone I knew had it. They had a picture of it, and they were like sipping on it. Oh, when you get this, you can get free refills. It would have like a little wristband on it to let the register know, hey, this wasn't like last year. So yeah, I got this one. It's really cool though. But yeah, jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, so September is here. Everything feels like it's cutting it close. I feel like I'm cutting it close. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I can say. I'm going to the dentist. I don't want to, but I have to be on the safe side. I'm really hoping all is well, that it's just a cavity and they'll fill it. I'm really hoping there's nothing about root canal or anything like that, only because my mom has had root canal, but she's never had an issue. She's had a few root canals. And then someone I knew also had a root canal. But sometime after that, they ended up having like, I don't know, some kind of infection or something. They had to go to the hospital and had to get a blood transfusion. Like, it's like, that is crazy. And then another person had to get a root canal. And then they had to get another root canal on the tooth behind that tooth. So what happened was they had to go in for something. I can't remember what it was. I think they went to get a cleaning first. So they went to get a cleaning first, and they had a few cavities filled. They had to get a few cavities filled. One of the cavities was in their back tooth. So they filled that up, and then there was one where they had to get a root canal. So they got the root canal, all was well, and then all of a sudden they were going through a really bad excruciating pain in their tooth. At first, we thought he may have been gotten like COVID, a certain type of COVID, because there was a new strand of it. It was a new strand of it. And they were getting all the symptoms, fever and stuff like that. They started looking at it up, and they go, no, I think I have a toothache. I think I have a dead tooth. Like, I don't think so. And they're like blowing, it was an infection. They weren't eating, they weren't sleeping, they were in constant pain. They were really blowing out pus instead of mucus. And it got so bad, they went into the emergency and said, hey, I'm in really bad pain, I have a toothache. They found out it was a dead tooth. The tooth that they filled the cavity in had a dead tooth. It became a dead tooth. And the thing of it is, I highly, highly doubt the cavity was keeping that tooth alive. Last I checked, cavities are tooth decay. And depending on how bad the tooth decay is, things of that nature. So something tells me they only saw a bit on the surface. That it wasn't like, it may have been like an invisible tooth decay. I don't know. They probably did something. They don't know what they did, or they just don't want to admit it, whatever. They had to go to a specialist. Because they didn't want to pull the tooth. Pull the dang tooth out. Come on now. The reason was they didn't want to pull the tooth out because it was an eating tooth. I know a couple of people who have like this tooth or that tooth out, or this tooth out. My dad has a tooth out. He goes, hey. Yeah. So, yeah, they were able to get it out. They don't have to have a crown. It's like a permanent filling. That's kind of cool. Usually you have to have the crown on. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm I'm really hoping I don't have to get a root canal. That's like my worst fear, a root canal. Because they waited, what was it? They had to get the root canal and they had the filling there. So they had the filling there temporarily just so they could get the crown. Like the tooth. So they had to wait a couple of weeks to get the crown. And then they got the crown and that's when they had all that issues. It's just like, oh my god. So I'm really hoping I don't get anything like that. Or if I do get a root canal, hopefully it won't be like that. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it because I don't like the dentist. Because every time I go to the dentist, I either get cuts on my cheeks or cuts on my tongue. I will get like little welts on like the inside of my mouth or on my tongue. And that's not cool. I've gotten canker sores from them. Like, that's not okay. And then I always get that knucklehead hygienist, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's kind of hard to do that when life is in the way. At the same time, some of us can't afford, like nowadays, we can't afford like floss. We can't afford this. You know, we only can use what we got. We can't afford an electric toothbrush. We can't afford, you know, and then I have a bar. I have a retainer. And the problem is with the retainer, some people have the bar retainer where they have glue on two teeth and the actual bar. And then I have kind of like a bar, but it's glued onto like the back teeth. Like it's glued behind these teeth. Oh, hang on. There you go. Hopefully you guys saw it, but I have a retainer, a permanent retainer on the back. And I remember they saying, well, we can remove it, but we don't put new ones in. Then let's not remove it in, because then I would have to go to a specialist, a special orthodontist. Why don't I just go to them? If it's that much of a problem, why don't I just go to them and tell them what the situation, go from there? I don't know. It's just people like to make it harder, and then you always have the hygienist that want to put their 2 cents in. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there was one time she said, hold a 40-degree angle, and that goes underneath the gums and everything. I'm sorry, that's hurting my gums. There's a difference between feeling like it clean there and everything, and it's hurting it. Because I tried that a couple of times, and my gums were getting irritated because that's hitting it a certain way that's irritating my gums now. And not only that, it's like, I can't help but feel like I'm throwing up. And I don't want to throw up. You know what I mean? No one wants to have that gag reflex as they're brushing their teeth now. I'm feeling a gag reflex right now. Now, I'm going to brush it the way I'm going to brush it. You know, it's just, I'm going to do that. So, you know, that 40-degree angle thing, I've always been told, like, what are you supposed to do? I've always been told up and down, cross circles, get underneath, you know what I mean? I've always been told that. You know, and all of a sudden, 40-degree angle, 40-degree angle. That's hurting my gums. I'm sorry. I know myself, and that's irritating my gums. Like, I don't know, maybe that's why this is hurting. Because of that, you know, I don't know. Because you have to open your mouth a certain way just to get that 40-degree angle. I don't know. But yeah, I hate the dentist, but I have to go. Hopefully everything's okay, so wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck.